The only person that you need to be in competition with is yourself. You can't use somebody else as the measure for your own success. It cannot just be work. Document everything. You are literally working like a dog. Hey guys, welcome back to another Yappings video. So for this video, we're going to be talking about success, how you measure it, growth, and also my experience with internship, because the new doctors just graduated. Congrats to y'all. If you guys have any doctor, sister, brother, cousin, auntie, uncle will just graduate, send them this video. I will timestamp where the doctor talk starts. Okay, let's get started. What I want to talk about is growth and like how you measure it. And it's a very broad topic, but it came up recently because I've grown to appreciate the mindset that I have in terms of growth. Well, not grown to appreciate. I have grown and now I appreciate. That is it. So I've grown and now I appreciate the mindset that I have in terms of growth, and I wanted to share it with you guys because it may sound simple, but it's something that enough people don't do. So growth and how you measure it. I look at growth as something very simple. So it literally is, to me, going from A to B. So if it is that the goal is to lose weight and you're 140 and you're now 139, that's growth to me. If it is that you want to grow your follower or your subscriber count and you move from 100 to 101, that is growth to me. So I take growth in the most literal sense of the word, which is literally just something better, to be honest. And I find that a lot of the times people, and that used to be me, like I would use other persons to determine my growth, and that's something that I've even fallen, because sometimes I've worked on changing my mindset in the case where I try not to, but sometimes it kind of sneaks in. I'm a strong believer in using your own self to monitor your growth, because you and somebody else do have the same journey, and oftentimes you guys have had different starting points, and that's something that people tend to forget, that you and somebody else, even though you not come up together, you might not be from the same starting point, and that may mean that, hey, you have to go put in a little bit more work, or you have to go do more X, Y, or Z, but it's unfair to you to use somebody else to monitor your own growth, because everybody's circumstance is so different, and the only way that you can properly do a comparison is if you have apples and apples or oranges and oranges. Everybody is in a league of their own, and I've come to realize it. Like, I'm in a league of my own, Joan in a league of her own, everybody's in a league of their own, you're in a league of your own. So the only person that you should be competing against is you. The only person that you should be competing against is yourself. So make sure that, hey, I'm better than I was yesterday, I'm better than I was a week ago, I'm better than I was last month, last year. The only person that you need to be in competition with is yourself. And that's why, to me, the only way that we should be monitoring growth is within ourselves. So within the person that we were last month. How was I last month? Did I complete X, Y, and Z? Did I do what I was supposed to do? Did I have any improvement in this area? Because the only competition really is supposed to be yourself. And I've also been very intentional in giving myself grace when it comes on to growth, because it's so easy, and I blame social media for this. I really do. I love the media. Everyone knows I love the media, but I blame social media for this, because I feel like before there was the media, I don't think the comparisons were as much as they were right now, or as much as they are right now, rather. I feel like social media has given us the ability to look into everybody else's life and to look into what everybody else is doing, and you know, because of that, it's so much easier for you to compare yourself to somebody else. And you have to be so intentional with keeping your blinkers, I think all your blinkers on, with ensuring that you're only looking forward and not beside you. Because you can't use somebody else as the measure for your own success. As I say, everybody's life is different. Everybody go through different trials and tribulations. Everybody have different starting points. Like, you are in your own lane. So, like, you are in your own lane, and I want that to really resonate with people. Like, your competition is you. Be better than who you were last year. That's your only competition, right? And as I said, I just feel like the socials make it really hard to have this mindset, but I really have been trying to work on it. Because if you guys remember back in the day, not back in the day, but like some videos are back, like I was really in my head over like a whole heap of things. But that's because day in day out we're consuming so much content of other people's lives, and sometimes it's hard to separate the different, because we're consuming so much content of other people's lives, and sometimes it is hard to not compare. But you have to try and build that mindset. The mindset is like a muscle. Like how you have to go gym and build the muscle, you have to go build a mindset there, where you know that, okay, hey, I'm my own competition, you know. So that's something that I think is really important, and I wanted to share it with you guys. All right, so let's talk about internship. So again, congrats to my new doctors. Yay, it's my class. Congrats. So you are now where you've been praying and dreaming for. You're like, oh my god, yeah, I made it. You did make it. Congrats. It was a very hard journey, I know. But let's talk about the experience of internship. So depending on where you are, the experience might be different, but I can tell you about my experience. I did my internship at Spanish Town Hospital. I feel like where you go for internship really helps to shape the doctor that you become, and I'm grateful that I got to go to Spanish Town. I think that Spanish Town has the perfect mix of learning, and the environment is good. I feel like you have some autonomy-ish, like you will get to do things there, so that's good. Other hospitals might not be as, you know, but definitely Spanish Town I think is a good pick for internship. And it's not, I think it's a sweet spot between the UHWI and KPH. KPH is a lot. UHWI is more lax, but I think that Spanish Town is a great mix, and it's a good sweet spot. So anyways, yeah, so for internship you're going to be doing 4 things. You're going to be doing internal medicine, general surgery, obs and gynae. Is it 4 or 3? Oh yeah, 4. And pediatrics. First things first, you're going to be nervous. Take the first week of each rotation to try and work on quelling those nerves. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to say I don't know. The whole point of internship is so that you can end up knowing at the end of internship. You don't want to be a doctor who don't know for the certain things. So ensure that you use the internship period to learn. It is a learning. It is an apprenticeship. Medicine in general is an apprenticeship. Like, you are there to learn, so don't be afraid. Ask questions, say you don't know. Remember, I better you say you don't know and learn than say no for do it and some happen to the patient. So don't be afraid to say that I do not know, right? My next tip would be to ensure that it's gonna be hard, but try your very best to have some work-life balance, right? I'm gonna tell you, work-life balance is gonna be hard for you to achieve. I'm not gonna even lie to you. It's gonna be hard, but it's something that you have to be intentional about. I have become very good at being very intentional with balance in my life. So I would definitely say ensure that you try to see your friends, try to spend time with your family. There are gonna be times when you're dead tired, like that will happen, but still try and carve out, well, you're gonna be dead tired the whole internship, but still try and carve out time to spend with the people that you love. It is very important, and it helps to keep you very grounded. Like, it's really important. For some persons, they would say, oh, plan a vacation every 3 months, so you have something to look forward to, or you can do that, that's fine, but just ensure that you try and strike balance. It cannot just be work. No, you're gonna get burnt out so fast. Ensure that you spend time with your family, your friends, and try to keep those relationships alive, because internship will suck it out of you, because you are literally working like a dog. And that brings me to like the hours of internship. For Spanish Town, the most amount of hours you would do for a duty is 56, and that's when you're on surgery. You have a weekend duty, like a full weekend. Normally, apart from that, a duty really is 36 hours, meaning that you'd be at work from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's your regular work day. Then duty from 4 p.m. to 8 a.m. and then you have your work day again 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So you'll be there for the minimal amount of time that you'll be there for a duty is 36 hours. When I say 36, that encompasses 2 work days plus your duty. So your duty would be the 16 hours in between the 8 to 4 and the 8 to 4 the following day. If you got my message. But yeah, so that's the least amount of hours you would do for a duty, and then the most is 56. In terms of the times between your duties, normally you have duties every you have 1 in 3, so like every 2 days you have a duty or something like that, or every 3 days. But it all depends on what you're on and how many persons they have on as interns at that time. So that can vary, but as I said, minimal amount of working hours for duty 36, most 56. So yeah, so prepare your mind for that. I personally feel like I wasn't prepared. I didn't really think of the fact that, hey, I would be at work for that long. It really, the first few times will take a toll, but after a while you do get used to it and you do find a rhythm. You also will get used to being tired. Like, tiredness not really bother me anymore unless I'm like dead tired, and I really can't. But oftentimes you just push through the tiredness. Like, you'll get used to it. The next thing that I would say to you is to be your intern's keeper. I want you guys to remember that to get through internship or to get through being at the hospital, you have to have each other's back. In that same breath, no matter what is taking a step of you, try and form camaraderie at work. It will really help you to get through the days, I'm telling you. So yeah, you might want to stick to yourself a little bit because that's who you are, but try and make friends, or try and stick with people who make going through the workday easier, because it really does help while you're at work, because work can be so stressing. And having somebody there, having people there that you can just turn to, really does help. What I will also say is, don't be afraid to stand up to your seniors. You do have autonomy, you do have free will, you are a person. Don't let nobody disrespect you. If you're uncomfortable with something, say it. You have free will. Don't forget that part. You have free will. The next thing I'm going to say to you is, for the hospital or as a doctor overall, documentation is very important. You need to ensure that you document literally everything, and you will not realize how important it is until something happens. But you don't want to wait for that. You don't want to wait for that. So what I'm saying is document everything. If you see that say put say Dr. So and so said same done. I'm not even joking. Guys, I'm not even joking. I'm telling you, and I've been in the system for like 2-3 years. Like, you see that will look on you and say that them never said that. You see that will look at you and say that they did not say that. So it's very important to cover your ass to document. Document everything. I met an intern once who was so good at documentation. If it tell her to pick up one pen, Dr. X said to pick up a pen, same done. That's what I wanted to do. Document everything. And as interns, don't matter what they tell you, so you have to document that. Document it. If you look at how nurses document, yeah, like so, document it. Because you do not want it to be said that, because the last thing you want, and I'm telling you, they do it a lot, your seniors will say one thing, and when it come on to word on time, and you say that, oh, exit so and so, the mother say no. Yeah. So I'm telling you, document every single thing. And it's also, it's not only for coverage from your seniors, but patients as well will say that they, for example, you have a patient who supposed to get something done, refuse it, document it. Document same, and document that you inform them of the repercussions of their decision and they still don't want to do it. Like, me can't stress it enough. Document, okay? Document. But yeah, off the top of my head, that's all I can think of right now. But I think those are good tips. Those are good tips. I hope. Oh, and last and final thing, please take a vacation. Please take a DL them. Take time off. Don't be afraid to take time off, guys. It doesn't make it any less of a doctor to take time off and have vacation. Use up your days. You worked very hard for them. Use them up. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I think I've been talking for a while. It hurt me now. I will see you in the next. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna see you on Saturday. I'll see you vlog on Saturday. I'll see you on Saturday. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you then. Bye.